Hey, listeners, have you ever wondered what you're missing on the Patreon?
Let us ask you these questions. Do you like the Pre-Fixe? There's an extended version of it every week on the Patreon called the a la carte.
Do you miss your favorite dead celebrities? We have a medium who comes on to talk to them on the Patreon.
Are you an astrology buff? We have an astrologer who comes to the Patreon to read the celebrity stars.
Do you want to hear what we edit out of the podcast? Then you can listen to our cutting room floor episodes on the Patreon.
Do you ever wish we could fix you? Then listen to our all-tier advice episodes right now on the Patreon.
And if you ever want to kiki with other listeners of this pod, come to one of our hilarious live Zoom spectaculars.
Still not convinced? No problem. Head on over to patreon.com/fixingfamouspeople to listen to an example episode of each of these. Absolutely free. See you on Patreon.
Where's Shelley?
With Vrbo's last-minute deals, you can save over $50 on your spring getaway. So whether it's a mountain escape, city break, or a week at the beach, there's still time to get great discounts. Book your next stay now.
Average savings $72. Select homes only.
This is Fixing Famous People, the podcast where two reality television producers pitch solutions to save celebrities in dire straits.
But first, let's get to the Pre-Fixe, your weekly pop culture roundup.
I'm about to announce some Pride and summer performances, and I'm finding it ironic that as I do so, it is approximately 40 degrees in New York City today.
I know you're mad.
Who do I talk to about this? I can no longer
Jesus
take
Francesca.
this. Am I just an old faggot from Long Island now where I'm just looking at Florida and I'm thinking, well, I wouldn't move to Florida. I'll go to Puerto Rico. But still, it's too late.
Yeah,
it's too late to be this cold.
It's very cold today. I
kept
bugging and said, it's cold. It's so
and
cold.
You love
that was
you
me all
love
day,
a
and
wrap,
I love the cold.
Wrap.
Love the cold. And I said,
I've seen you
cold.
sit in the blazing sun dressed.
Yeah.
Truly to climb Mount Everest. Truly. Like I've seen you do it. So this is news, Mother Nature. If you're listening, and I know you are, bitch, get it together. Like it's too cold. I need the seasons back.
Yeah.
Anyhow. I'm not worried about global warming anymore. I'm worried about like this cosmic joke where it's 85 5 days ago and today it is quite literally 40.
Yes, but I feel is this not April in New York? Is like every 2 days it's a different like temperature.
Okay, you're going to be one of those. I'm moving on. No,
I don't know.
I'm just on my side or you're my enemy.
I am on your side, but I'm just like, I just feel like that is true also. Anyway.
I don't like to be teased. I don't like when it's 85, bitch, stay 85.
Yeah.
Until you start declining.
Sure.
The sun's out late at night. I'm not going to go on a balmy evening walk at 8 p.m. with the sun out when it's 40 degrees. All right, I'm sorry. I'm gonna need Geritol by the end time I'm done talking.
Yeah,
but I'm sick of it. It's too fucking cold. Anyway, speaking of the summer, I'm thrilled to announce, please go to my Instagram and my website. I will be doing some Pride shows in DC and New York and Boston, Chicago. And then I'm thrilled to announce that at long last, I will not only be performing in Provincetown for the first time this summer, which makes absolutely no sense, but I will be in July at the Red Room for 6 nights. Couldn't believe it. So thrilled. And I thank all of you for listening and liking all of my comedy, because that's probably what did it. They're like, are you that guy that talks about poop and colonoscopies?
Yeah. And you're like, yes.
I was like, that's me. I need to be there for Bear Week, bitch. Please go to my Instagram page or my website, Dominick.
Oh, God.
I cannot.
Okay, Dominick, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Chris. I'm really thrilled. I was hoping to perform in P-Town this summer. I did not know that I would have. I mean, are we calling it a residency? Am I Adele? Am I Celine?
Sure.
What are we doing?
Sure.
I am
what
wedged.
Are the dates? Will I be there for these? No, I won't be. Will I?
You will be for the 8th and 9th. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
8th and 9th, 17th and 18th. 20th and 22nd. Yes,
sure.
Duos throughout.
Okay,
going to try to squeeze some more in August. Yeah,
I think that's a residency.
It is a residency. And I am, if you're a fan of Drag Race, I am at the Red Room almost each time. My shows are in between season 1 contestant Tammy Brown and Ginger Minge and Jujubee, one of my all-time favorites. They're also doing a residency there where they're doing a show It is a parody of Wicked called Lick It.
Dear God.
I'm not making that up.
Jesus Christ.
So come for Dominick, stay for Lick It. This is quite a week. And it's quite a week because everyone who I was listening to on the radio when I was a child is in the A block of all news.
Yeah, sure.
Cher is a grandmother. There's a Michael Jackson movie coming out, and Madonna at 68 is and always will be the most important celebrity in the month of April. Where would you like to begin?
Let's talk about Cher being a grandmother. Is she just now a grandmother? She was never been a grandmother before?
No, because Chaz doesn't have any kids, and Elijah, he's got substance abuse problem. Elijah has been troubled for some time.
And
Cher had to
conserved by her?
He was temporarily once several years ago, and he now is again because he's about to stand trial for trespassing and property damage.
God.
I don't know how Elijah Blue Allman ended up in New Hampshire, but he's causing a lot of trouble there. Cher is trying to do another conservatorship. And through all of this, it turns out that there is a 15-year-old girl who Elijah allegedly fathered with, and get this, the step-granddaughter of Julie Andrews.
Oh, God.
I don't even know. Well, first of all, I like that for her 80th birthday, the step-granddaughter of Julie Andrews.
I have like a monocle out. I'm like looking at like a family tree and I'm like, the step-granddaughter. I'm like, go carry the one. Yeah, like, step-grandmother, step-granddaughter.
Julie Andrews being involved, I think, means that this grandchild of Cher and Julie Andrews, I believe, is 34th in line for the throne of Genovia. Can this be or be not true?
Sure.
She is the new princess of the Princess Diaries.
Oh, God.
Imagine being 15 and finding out Cher is your grandmother. Although if I'm 15, my first question is, who?
I also don't get true. No, but actually, I don't love that it was a secret.
From Cher.
Don't love that. Oh,
so supposedly, the last time Elijah was in trouble and he was sort of, in some sort of state of psychosis and yelled out, "I have a daughter," or something like that. And Cher didn't think anything of it at the time because she was like, he's having an episode and I'm trying to get a conservatorship. But I guess just a couple of years ago, found out that she's a granny. Now, again, it's like, we have to hear it from the goddess herself first. But according to the reports, Cher is obviously overwhelmed and gleeful that she has a granddaughter.
Yeah, God, what a mess.
But obviously we hope Elijah gets better. It's like, I feel that lead with that.
Of course.
Because an heir to the Sarkeesian fortune is obviously, this is Succession level nonsense.
It is Succession. This is The Crown is what it is. Yeah.
Or we wouldn't call it The Crown if it's Cher. We would call it The Wig. That's exactly what this is. It's just The Wig. Good luck to this girl. To this 15-year-old girl, if you're watching, CJ, Cher Jr., whoever you are, I want you to know.
Not CJ.
You won't appreciate this now, but you will when, in 10 years when you realize all of your male friends are homosexuals because Cher is your grandmother and Julie Andrews is the other one. I want you to know you're living the actual dream of every gay man between the ages of 40 and 80. So
yeah,
God love you. Start taking notes now because this is the book I want. I want to know.
Yeah, for real.
I'm more interested to know what it's like to be Cher's granddaughter than I am to know more about Cher.
Yeah.
Speaking of elderly pop stars, Madonna Louise Veronica Ciccone joined Sabrina Carpenter on stage at Coachella. What a moment. And what a wave this story has ridden.
It went from a celebration, backlash, true crime,
unbelievable. I wasn't there, so I don't know, but people were complaining that the reaction to Madonna coming out wasn't big enough. People were not dancing. And every time you pan the audience, you see it is basically Phonechella instead of Coachella. Guys, which has long been a complaint about.
That's what this is.
Obviously.
The majority of the people there had no idea who she was. And that's not a slam on her. And
that is unconscionable. That is,
do you know what I mean? They're like, what's this called?
Weird.
Vogue? I don't know what that song. I'm serious though. These 20-year-olds, we are way too old to be there. Me included. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
like,
think you're
who is
too old
this?
to
Like,
be there.
I feel like I am. It feels so. I mean, don't get me started. How neither of us would be caught dead there, like in the heat or like in a crowd like that. But it just, to me, it's like so like young little teeny bopper influencers, and like it's not me and you. Like, I don't know. What am I even saying?
There were people tweeting, this must be an artist for old people because I've never heard of her before.
No,
I mean,
like,
people were actually tweeting that, which is understandable. But I have to believe the majority of like adult people who were there have heard of Madonna. It was only a year and a half ago that she broke by far the world's biggest record for like highest attended concert. But she said, no, I will not be done. I will be 68. I will be at Coachella. And it was actually really quite lovely. I've watched it a couple of times. I thought it was so much fun. And Sabrina Carpenter was a great partner for her. Truly.
She's like, smart. Listen, she's got really good people around her. For real. Like she's someone who's not going to find herself being talked about on this podcast in a fixing capacity is Sabrina Carpenter. I'll tell you that. Because the fact that they came out, they're wearing the same outfit basically, and it's her outfit that she wore 20 years ago at Coachella. And then when she's singing it, and then they are holding hands as they walk down, two little twins, mother and daughter, the grandmother and granddaughter walking in hand singing the song together. Like, incredible. Like, zero notes on that front, but like
Sabrina Carpenter even changed the lyrics.
Terrible. Yeah.
She changed the lyrics to like a prayer, like instead of you are not what you see, she looked at Madonna and changed the lyric to you are our history. Absolutely teared up over that. It was a great moment. And Madonna looked great. She sounded great. She seems like utterly grateful and incredibly excited about this next chapter.
No, she's back. She's
back.
She's back. She's got her cocktail. Her cocktail is like aligned again. Know what I mean?
I think she even looked out from the stage at Rio and was like, wow, I really might be the biggest celebrity who's ever fucking lived. And she might be, actually.
We had our time where she was derailed, but now I feel that she's back. She's not being weird on the internet anymore.
She looked comfortable. No, she's just great. Then her fucking outfit. She gets on stage, raves about wearing the same outfit from 20 years ago from the original Confessions album, and then someone fucking steals it.
Wait, so what happened? I only saw this from you texting. It says, what happened?
Madonna's clothes have allegedly disappeared after her surprise Coachella appearance. She was flying high after performing a new song from Confessions, but the mysteriously missing costumes put a damper on the weekend. So someone took what she was wearing on the stage, and she has appealed on Instagram, like, please return these things. They are a bit of history. And I literally just wore them.
How is that even possible?
I don't know. What I do know is that I do have a denim jacket that Jewel left on the red carpet at like the 2001 MTV Awards, and a friend of mine nabbed it. I swear to you, I'm not going to take it out of storage right now, but it's a little denim jacket and it says Jewel on it. And when I went into the front pocket of the coat, this is literally 25 years ago, there's a little piece of paper in it. And at the top, it says from the desk of Jewel. And there's like lyrics written on it. And so the person who procured this for me, after we started talking about Madonna's clothes going missing, called me this morning and was like, I think we should give Jewel her jacket back. I was like, no, that was stolen property that was transferred to me. I'm not even going to touch it. If I see it, I'm going to put it in a dumpster. I don't want anything to do with stolen goods. I want nothing to do with stolen goods.
Yeah, but don't.
You know what was in the other front pocket? Her flipper to cover those teeth. No. I'm kidding. That was not in there, but I would have called Harvey Levin myself if it was.
You would have had him come to your apartment. We need to do like a thing where we go around your apartment and talk about all the memorabilia.
Oh, we should do that. Let's do
it
before,
but we need to do it. We need to do it. Anyway.
Speaking of you saying that, I'm about to surprise you with something in just a few moments that I forgot I had here.
I'm going to be like my nemesis, Diane Sawyer, and like come in and do like whenever, or like when Barbara Walters used to like do a walk around their house with them before they would sit down and do the interview.
That's absolutely fantastic.
Like, do you know what I mean? When it's like Barbara Walters and them walking around the grounds and then it like cuts to them sitting down. That's what we're going to do. But it's just your living room.
Let's use it as promotion for this next round of live dates I'm doing. Really do a deep dive.
And I'll be like, what do we have?
Because if you ask me about crack, I will not say it's crack. I will say, do you have any? The new song is super cute. I've heard now 11 mixes of it. Can't wait for the album. I misspoke last week. The actual first single, which I'm told is not I Feel So Free. The actual first single will be released on June 12th, and the album comes out July 3rd. So
a little too late.
When you get to, you think so? I don't
She's
know.
not releasing it for Pride.
Interesting point. I don't know. She could surprise us. You know who is releasing an album in the middle of May, though? As of press time, Drake's new album, Iceman, coming out in about 3 weeks.
Iceman?
Yeah.
Oh, God, no. I don't want to have to deal with this. I don't want to have to deal with this.
I want him to take his biggest swing at Kendrick and then fall, is what I want.
The Iceman cometh. Right? Isn't that
I
a
have
thing?
this to say. Of course, yeah. It's a Eugene O'Neill. I will say this to Drake, if you're listening. The best thing for you to do is forget that Kendrick exists. Just move
please
on with your life. You're
you.
not going to win. He's much smarter than you. You're very handsome, Drake. Don't get me wrong. You're not smart enough to take. Kendrick is a wordsmith. You are Drake.
He called you a pedophile at the Super Bowl.
Mm.
You're never going to do anything as big as that. You're
no.
Just go get put. Oh, God. Dominic. I'm so upset.
Sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to dampen your day.
No, I know how annoying. He's going to be Jada Pinkett level annoying about this. And I don't want to, I'm already annoyed that I'm going to have to deal with all of this.
Shots fired, Drake. That's not someone you want to be compared to. Like, shots fired.
I'm so upset.
While we're at Coachella, not Justin Bieber shouting out Justin Timberlake and singing Cry Me a River at his second weekend set. And with images, by the way, from 20 years ago of Justin meeting Justin for the first time. And then Justin Timberlake, who could take literally any publicity at this point that he can get.
No.
Tweeted or instant back. He was just like, I remember how talented you were. And it was actually very sweet. And it was nice to see all these old timers, of which Justin Timberlake is now basically in the same
100%.
school as Madonna, getting their flowers on the Coachella stage.
As much as what I'm supposed to do is like, blah, I don't hate it.
Same. I love
I mean, Cry Me a River, even though Cry Me a River is about like the lie that Britney Spears cheated on him when in reality he cheated on her. It is a great song. Is it like as much as I'm supposed to say death right now, like I don't hate it.
I mean, similar trajectories, though. I mean, I don't know if there's a forced abortion in Justin Bieber's past, but his, the whole old Selena and everything that went down there, and other women, I might add. Did I just say forced abortion? Good Lord, I don't think I've ever used that term.
That's what
I hate that it rhymes because it means I'm going to use it again, probably at the most inopportune times.
Okay. Yeah.
The Devil Wears Prada 2 premiere was Monday night in New York City. It's been such a long time since we've had like a movie that anybody could enjoy. It's like a star-studded and like
can't wait.
Meryl and Anne and Emily and Stanley looked like they were carved from a cloud when they went. I mean, there was not a fashion miss at this thing.
No.
At all. Gaga stopped traffic. I mean, she looked absolute. Everyone looked so fucking beautiful. I'm going to cry. I can't wait to see this movie. I can't wait.
Even if the movie is terrible, and I don't think that it's going to be terrible, I actually think it will be good. I'm very excited.
The buzz has been mostly positive from people who have seen it, I will say.
Well, my friend Utica was on the red carpet, and she
RuPaul's Drag Race Project Runway alum.
She was at the premiere, so I need to text her and be like, "Was it?"
To ask her what she thought. There were so many queens there too. Brooklyn Heights was there, dressed as Miranda Priestley, Shea Coulee, a lot of internationally known queens.
And did you see that Sydney Sweeney was playing herself in the movie, and they cut her out of the film?
Yep. I wonder why.
Thank God.
Speaking of drag queens, last week RuPaul crowned Mikey Meeks as the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18. She beat Darlene Mitchell and Nene Coco. I think we expected that Mikey was win. She's very talented and beautiful. So congratulations to Mikey. Unfortunately, the best queen of the season did get eliminated in 5th place, but we're not going to talk about her anymore.
Okay.
Because it's too sad. Another movie premiere this week, Michael, the movie about Michael Jackson. It has a 27% right now on Rotten Tomatoes, which means nothing because it hasn't been released yet. You know how the haters are. But, the reviews are very mixed, but one way in which it's uniform is like, it's a very sanitized version. The family was involved. It goes from childhood up until when Bad came out, which I think is 1987. So there's nothing in there about the difficulties, the accusations,
See,
the
but that
Lisa
at least,
Marie of it all,
Yeah. I know because there was never, what were we ever going to do with the
I don't know.
latter?
Just continue
Nothing.
arguing about it for another 30 years. I don't know.
Yes, but I'm just saying, like, no matter what, even if it was exactly what happened, like, it would never be enough for anyone. Know what I'm saying?
I do agree. Yeah, I would have. I don't know. I can't help but think, though, you feel like you're being sort of shortchanged a little bit. Some of the people have said that some reviews said it made Bohemian Rhapsody look like the hardest hitting documentary about Freddie Mercury that was ever released, which is a slam because everybody thought was like, we're not going deep enough here, even though Rami Malek won the Oscar and did a great job. And that's it. But I will say this, Jermaine Jackson's son, Jafar, getting raves, no matter if people like the movie, they're saying he's absolutely dead ringer, incredible, and does a great job portraying his late uncle, Michael.
He does sound just like him.
He does. And he's like a dead ringer. But Jermaine and his sister LaToya, you've never seen two people enjoy a resurgence more than these two. These fuckers would go to the opening of a Blockbuster video.
Literally.
If they would carry Michael's DVDs there. Truly insane. And LaToya.
What's LaToya up to? What is LaToya ever doing?
She's on the red carpet. There are so many photos of her photobombing anyone who's been to any of these premieres. It's crazy. And which is so funny because when I worked at the Maury Povich show in the 90s, we had LaToya on several times. Very lovely, by the way. Maybe one of the tiniest people I've ever seen. Not just like her waist size. I mean, she's like Sabrina Carpenter tiny. Her whole thing in the 90s and well beyond was like, my family is abusive. They're a cult. They're criminals. They hold people hostages. We need to destroy them and all this shit. And now she's just, you can't keep this woman off the carpet. So Paris Jackson, the oldest daughter, Michael's oldest daughter, and Janet, Michael's obviously favorite sister, did not go to any of the premieres. Janet's not involved in the movie. And I'm watching this clip last night of LaToya on the red carpet. And she goes, yeah, Janet didn't want to be in the movie. This was the phrase that she used. I don't think she meant in the movie, but she's like, Janet didn't want to be in the movie, but, we just have to respect Janet's wishes. I'm like, yeah, because Janet saw it and didn't like it. That was the part LaToya left out. Like, Janet was like, this is horseshit. I just want Janet to watch that interview, call LaToya and be like, Toya, it's Janet. When I wrote Control, that was a letter to mom and dad asking them to put you in a mental institution. I just want Janet to be like, keep my name out your mouth, toy. Get out of here.
I mean, and I'm sure that the childhood is going to be like, and then they became the Jackson 5 and it was great. And versus like their parents being absolute monsters. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Like, it's 100%.
Right. Right. And then again, Janet's like, that was not our childhood. Like, I have trauma that I'll never heal from. And basically, Michael never was, you know what I mean? We never had a fighting chance because of the abuse that our parents inflicted upon us. And now you guys are like, and now you're on the red carpet, like doing the best, like having the time of your life.
Two more things on that. Coleman Domingo does play Papa Jackson in this and is supposed to be, again, despite the sanitization of the movie, he's supposed to be very good. I know it's tough because we love Coleman Domingo. But
no, it's hard. It's hard to hear that.
My only question for Coleman, it was like, why would you do this if Janet said no? Why? Why would you do it?
Yeah.
And the other thing is, when I was thinking about LaToya this morning, I thought about the first Playboy that I ever bought. And when I tell you that it was before you were born, it was literally in 1989 that I was a huge Michael Jackson fan as a kid. And when LaToya was appearing in Playboy, I snuck down to 7-Eleven and I bought the Playboy of LaToya Jackson, and she's nude and she's posing with a python. And I was in the shower this morning. I was like, there's no way that's still in my bookshelf, right? Because I've moved many times and just keep putting boxes of books on shelves. Christopher,
don't even show this to me.
Look at this. 1989, LaToya
it's older
Jackson,
than me.
Michael's sister in a Thriller pictorial. I should put this on eBay.
Not a pictorial.
Pictorial, all of it.
That's
you
what
see
they used
all
to
of it.
say. That's like on
See?
like the Girls Next Door. They would always say it, the pictorial.
It
I'm
says,
scared.
plus an interview with Tom Hanks on the cover.
Oh my God, you need to read that.
I mean, this must predate Chet's birth as well, right?
Yeah,
It has
yeah.
to.
Yes.
I could still smell the perfumes in it decades later.
Dear God.
I better put that in the bookshelf. Moving right along. The first trailer for Practical Magic 2 dropped this week. Have you had a chance to see it?
Dominick, when I tell you, I'm lining up.
These are real life witches, Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. Their
They
combined
look
age
so
is
good.
120. In real life, it is 120. And it looks like it should be 70, maybe 80 should be their combined age. It is unbelievable. And watching them interact in that trailer is sort of a goosepimply moment to me.
No, it could be the worst movie of all time, and I will be there as soon as I can in the theater, ready to go. Like,
I just love that they did it.
Sandra Bullock.
What about their lives?
Bullock.
They each won an Oscar, and then they're reteaming now. Ugh.
Sandra Bullock looks, she's never looked better.
No.
Like, incredible.
And she plays it close to the vest. She joined Instagram to put the Practical Magic 2 trailer on there.
Yeah, she did. And the fact that what's her name? The grandmothers, like the aunts.
Mm-hmm.
What were Stockard Channing and
are they in it again? They can't be.
Yes, they're in it.
Stop. Wait, was Stockard in the trailer? I did not notice if she was in it.
Yes, they're in it.
I got to rewatch it. Then if
Dominick.
I didn't, then what does Stockard Channing look like if I didn't see her in the trailer?
Great. Looks great.
Does she look
she's
like
what,
Stockard
900
Channing?
years old? Yeah,
she's 80. Yeah,
she's
I think
old,
she's the
but
same
she's
age
old,
as
but she looks good for what we could have. You know what I mean? She looks great.
Who's the other one?
Is it Diane Wiest? No. Yeah, Diane Wiest. Stockard Channing's in it.
Who doesn't
Diane
love?
Wiest.
And they're both in it. They're both in that trailer.
Lee Pace is like a love interest who is hot. And we both saw Naked in Angels of America.
Yes,
Remember
honey.
that?
Mm-hmm.
And then Maisie Williams and Joey King are the daughters.
It's going to be good. They're in there. It's going to be good.
That's great. Like, I don't know what else you want. I'm so excited. What do you think the popcorn bucket for this movie is going to be? I'm getting that purse. And so what am I going to give for this one?
It should be whatever potion these two Benjamina Buttons are taking to fucking look like this.
For real.
At the age of 104. Yeah.
Yeah.
They drank, you sold your ass to the devil. No one's supposed to look this good when they're 60. They look like children.
They're witches.
Are we going to hear this is the first AI movie that they didn't tell us about?
No, they wouldn't do that to us. They probably did.
It's witchcraft.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, can't wait.
In other fantastic news, Law and Order Special Victims Unit renewed for season 28, continuing its drive into the future as the longest running television drama. God bless it. It does not need to slow down. There are crimes to be solved.
Really?
There are crimes to be solved.
It's been on that long.
28 years. Yeah. It was 98 or 99. I can't remember. I don't remember watching the first episode, but I've now seen them all, obviously. Unfortunately, the spinoff starring Chris Maloney called Law and Order Organized Crime has been canceled after 5 seasons. So
sad.
The fandom is losing their minds. They're like, okay, put him back on SVU, have him fuck Olivia. Please grant us this wish and let us move on with our lives. Please let me die in peace and let it happen.
But they did like crossover stuff, right?
So absolutely. Many times.
Good. No, but
even better was when they did like a 3-way with the regular Law and Order. It was like, ooh, that's a great moment. But it's been 28 years. There have been close calls. I think there was like a half kiss and a tight hug where bosoms were pressed against each other. But we want Stabler and Benson to be like an actual romantic couple.
Will they?
Just let them do it. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh, but when they get together, it'll ruin the show. It's been 30 years.
Yeah, it's been 30 years.
So for the first time in several years, we will not get political. We will just point out the mayor of New York City will not be attending the Met Gala. Obviously, as a Democratic Socialist, it would have been weird if Zoran Mamdani appeared at what is essentially a billionaire prom. But he has declined the invitation. He will not be going.
It's also
De Blasio went, Adams went, and he's like,
of course they did. By the way,
not for me, honey. Thank you.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's his whole thing is he's like, I'm just going to work. Like, I'm going to work and
by
that's
this
what I'm going to do. I don't need to do all this shit.
Not at all. They're still pissed at AOC for going and painting like "Eat the Rich" on a dress. It's like, oh, well, you still went. And people didn't like that. He's like, I'm going to stand back. Katy Perry is now under investigation in Australia for sexual assault against Ruby Rose for this story we've been talking about. I don't know if it's been 2 or 3 weeks, but yeah, Ruby Rose really did go to the police. The statute of limitations has not run out for what she's accusing Katy Perry of doing. And this is real. She's being investigated for sexual assault.
Yeah.
Believe all victims. It doesn't matter how crazy we think or it's alleged that Ruby Rose has been, but this is a real deal. I think Katy Perry is taking it seriously, but then I also saw an Instagram video of her running out of change and putting a credit card in the water at the Trevi Fountain in Rome. And all I thought was, I don't care what the crime is. I want you to be in jail. That's all.
That's so dumb. Why would she do? She thinks she's so funny. And she's so not.
Doesn't she have children? Where are they? Take care of them. Are they with Orlando Bloom? What's happening?
Just like stop. Just stop. Like she's never funny and she always thinks that she is and it's never once worked for her ever once.
Favorite phrase, broken their silence. Posh Spice has broken her silence about the estrangement from Brooklyn. It was not a breaking of the silence. She finally just acknowledged that it happened. And she's like, we've been famous for 30 years. Families, fucked up things happen. We always try to do the best for our children, and that's what we're trying to do now. Don't send me an alert at 2 a.m. saying she broke her silence when that's what she said.
It's like,
don't do
broke
that.
her silence today. You know what I mean? Like, broke her silence today.
We will still continue. Did you read that exhausting article? Was it in The Cut or
I sure didn't.
The New Yorker?
I just know I didn't. But what was it?
It's in the group chat. Rebecca sent it. It's very comprehensive. If I remember where it is before we stop recording, I'll let everyone know. But it's like a 40-minute read. It is like a shockingly detailed account of the Beckhams and how Brooklyn met Nicola. And I was about halfway through it, and even I thought, I'm giving this too much airtime. I'm giving it too much brain time.
I can't.
I love billionaires, children not speaking to their family. Who's going to inherit the Beckham fortune? Kanye postponed that concert in France that we told you last week he was going to get canceled from anyway, and is now, so he canceled it before they told him not to come, and he's been taking these classes, I guess, about Jewish history. And right before we came here, I saw someone on TMZ, he'd come out of a class last night and was like, what did you learn about Jewish people?
I don't want this.
And I don't want this at all. At all. Can you imagine, like, what is this conversion therapy for racists?
No, literally.
Are we going to believe this? It's so fucking dumb.
You literally made a song called Hail Hitler. That's a song that you made. Like, you can't come back from that.
Mystify it. So many of you, tens of thousands of you went to go see him in LA. Yeah. I don't. To each their own.
Anyway, moving on. I can't talk about it anymore.
Ashley Tisdale has apparently apologized to Meghan Trainor. And Meghan Trainor only over toxic momgate. And Meghan Trainor responded basically with like, I wasn't really part of that mom group anyway. It's all just celebrity bullshit, whatever. I don't think an apology has been issued to Hillary Duff if one or her entirely too involved husband. But I'm sure Hillary will let us know if that happens. But Ashley trying to make amends with everybody.
Well, and then you saw that Meghan canceled her tour because no one bought tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And now has to sell that house with the dueling toilets.
Mm-hmm.
Rough.
And the Christmas tree that she refused to take down when we were shooting her reading for Long Island Medium because we insisted on the background being evergreen. She was like, but it's October and COVID. We're like, fuck you, lady. Speaking of canceling tours, did we mention this last week? The Pussycat Dolls tour continues to just not sell. They chose the wrong venues, man. And there are now bloggers who are pointing out that they have sold less seats than J-Lo's tour, which she canceled with having more seats sold. Yeah. And Nicole Scherzinger is going on these posts and liking them. These posts that say the Pussycat Dolls tour is in trouble. And Nicole Scherzinger is liking these posts, following them. If there's a
okay.
I don't know what the strategy is, but God bless.
People need money so badly. You know what I mean? Like they're like not everything is a stadium tour or an arena tour. They're not doing stadiums, obviously. They're doing an arena tour.
They're doing arenas. Yeah.
Why aren't you just do like Gramercy Ballroom or whatever the fuck? What's that called?
Yeah, something like
Ballroom?
that.
Right?
There's
Isn't that what it's
something,
called?
yeah, Hammerstein Ballroom. Hammerstein
Ballroom. Or like
the duplex.
The Gramercy
yeah,
one?
exactly.
Yeah, the duplex.
Webster Hall. Is that what you're thinking of?
Webster Hall. Yes, that's what I'm thinking about. Do Webster Hall and like we'll all go. Even Terminal 5, a venue I hate, like do Terminal 5 and you would sell it out and it would be great. But you're not selling out. I'm sorry. The Pussycat Dolls are not selling an arena out. Not when we're spending like $800 to go see Ariana Grande. That's the other thing is like, there's like real big stars that are touring. Like people spent $800 on Lady Gaga. They don't have $250 to spend on PCD.
Well, there are like second row tickets that are on sale for like $1,200. Like for the Pussycat Dolls?
No. For Nicole Scherzinger and 2 other people that we don't know what their names are.
Who we've never heard of them. And it's not even the 2 that they aren't included are the only other 2 that I knew. Like I loved Carmit. She was the only other one that I knew in the group.
Yeah, no,
she's not invited back.
We literally don't even know. Like, nope, not even there.
No, these people
Did you know? Okay, wait. Chelsea Devontas did Christina Applegate's memoir. Okay. Did you know that Christina Applegate was in the original Pussycat Dolls when it was at the Viper Room?
Not until this moment. No.
That like before in the 90s when it was like a burlesque group. Christina Applegate was in it. Isn't that the weirdest thing you've ever heard in your life?
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't know that.
And then Robin Anton like made it into like what we then find then are to come to know of like Don't Ya and like Buttons. And like Christina Applegate's like out of the group by then. Isn't that weird?
Right. So Robin Anton basically
yes.
Into
like went from being like a burlesque, like a fun burlesque show to being like sluts on parade.
Sex work, which is fine. We don't object. We love Denora. Again, we won't stop saying it. If you want to be a hooker, that's great. However, yeah, I mean, it's hard out there for a pimp. You cannot charge $1,200 to see.
No.
For buttons. An onstage seat.
You're about to see Mariska Hargitay for less than $1,200 and breathe her air.
Like $1,000 less than that. Absolutely.
So like $1,200. Like, are you the nerve, to quote you, the nerve?
I have a friend who's coming with me because I'm going to see Mariska a second time the following week. And I'm going to see it with a friend who has told me that her only goal is to hug her so closely that she can say to Mariska, I love the smell of your shampoo. That's the reason she's going. I was like, great. Right. So if I don't get kicked out the first time, I'll definitely get kicked out with you.
Dominick.
You'll actually be stalking someone who's basically a police officer in front of 300 other people. Christina Applegate, by the way, scared us for a second this week because she was admitted to the hospital for a couple of days and reports were dodgy, but she's released a statement. She's like, I'm getting better. I'm getting stronger. MS sucks. I mean, this really, I have not read her book, but this really like MS can be fucking bad. Scary. It's just very really like, bad.
Like she's
come out of nowhere, like a safe it dropped on top of her. It's terrible.
I know. It's crazy.
All right, let's bring some joy back. Have you seen the new Fockers trailer with Ariana Grande?
I haven't yet, but I've seen the memes of like, and now Ariana Grande's biggest role ever, a normal person.
She and Sabrina are the people that whoever takes this over from us will be talking about when they are in their 60s and 70s.
Yeah,
I now firmly believe that. She is, to me, so fucking funny in the trailer of like everything that anyone loves about her is in this trailer, and it's great. And I can't wait to see it. I will stream it. I won't go to the theater for a Fockers movie, but it'll be on Apple TV Plus in like a week.
Yeah.
I can't remember on which episode we talked about LL Cool J. It's either the one that aired last week or the one that's airing this week. But no sooner did we say, why is LL Cool J not on our television? Then CBS was like, oh, hi, we're adding an NCIS New York City and LL Cool J will be doing his NCIS LA character in New York and will be headlining
Love it.
And on behalf of the planet.
Listening.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. I'm sure you didn't put it together in a week, but we'll pretend you did for sure.
Yeah. Maybe they did, Dominick.
Not just ladies love Cool J, is what I will tell you. He should call himself FL Cool J.
Yeah,
Because faggots love Cool J too, bitch.
No, I've always had a crush on him for like ever. Even now with his Kangol hats that he wears, like, and his
Those
little
bucket
suits, like
hats?
I think he's so handsome.
He's so sexy. Someone around the same, we're talking about a lot of 60-year-olds this week. And that brings us to Thomas Louise Cruz. We find out this week there will be a Top Gun 3, baby. They are not holding back. He will be reuniting with Jeffrey Brown. Chris is going back to the Psy Zone.
No, I'm upset. Yeah.
Now at CinemaCon, which I incorrectly called CinemaScore about 20 times last week. At CinemaCon, CinemaScore is a thing. It's just not CinemaCon. It's funny though. They showed a new clip from the new Inarritu film. He's won Best Director twice. So when someone says there's a new Inarritu film, people pay attention. Tom Cruise is in it and looks haggard and old and fat and bald. And it seems as though he's going for the Oscar. It seems this director who finally cracked the code to get Leo his Oscar will now get one for Tom Cruise as well. And Tom's acted before. I mean, remember in Tropic Thunder, he played he was unrecognizable as like the movie studio owner. Like he's done it before.
Not Tropic
He can act. Oh yes, Tropic Thunder. A movie people are afraid to reference because we can't believe Robert Downey Jr. did that.
Jr. was
Thank
in
God,
blackface,
by the way.
yes.
Thank God he did not win the Oscar for it. Thank God Heath Ledger won the Oscar that year because that would have been a stain. Let's put it that way. An absolute stain. Speaking of stains, hello, I'm Lenny. Bradley Cooper is back. There will be a new Ocean's 11 movie. It will star Margot Robbie. It will also star and be directed by Bradley Louise Cooper. This is his next project.
Here we fucking go.
Remember a couple of months ago, he said that his next project, he'd been thinking about something when he made Maestro. He was like, something happened on Maestro and it was something, I can't stop thinking about it. It's something I haven't done before and I'm going to make a movie about it. And we all thought it was going to be about dancing or homosexuality or something. Mm-hmm. Instead, it's Ocean's 19 or whatever. That sounded like COVID-19. Let's call it Ocean's 20. And that's it. All I can say is I hope they do what the other ones have done and just make it like fun, star-studded. Just pack it like the Poseidon Adventure or something, please.
Yep. Just like all the other ones, have every celebrity in it and then have there be 9 million people and a nice little romp. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't want a single solitary moment of this film. I don't want to look at an unnecessary angle in a conversation to be reminded that Bradley Cooper is directing this movie.
Oh, Dominic, that's all it's going to be. You know it. You know it is. You know it's going to be like, he's going to be like, and everything's going to be like shot from above or like something weird, like something so fucking dumb and stupid. And we just need it to be covered correctly.
Yeah, I don't need to see a scene that is from the vantage point of a poker chip laying on a felt table. No, I want to see people. That's what I want. Don't pull your bullshit.
No, because that's exactly what it's going to be.
You know
that
it is.
100, not the vantage point of a poker chip.
I'm serious. Wait, did you ever see? Is this thing on? Did you ever watch it with Will Arnett?
No, I didn't.
It's a good movie. Will Arnett. It could have been nominated for it. It's pretty good. There's so many conversations that are shot stylistically from the rear where I'm just like,
for no reason, right? Like not motivated by anything.
For no reason.
Like, truly just be like, look, I know how to use a camera. This will be artsy, which is like makes me want to pull my like eyes out. You know what I mean? It just like, he's such a menace.
Here is some really fun casting as far as I'm concerned. Allegedly, Melissa McCarthy and Connor Story from Heated Rivalry are going to be playing a mother-son duo in an upcoming movie called Turpentine. I love this. I don't care what it's about.
This is what we want. This, not Lenny, not all this other shit. You know what I mean? Like this
I have actual goosebumps.
It's going to be great.
A mother. Oh, God.
It's going to be great.
I love news like this.
It could be the dumbest movie ever. We'll all go see it just for the two of them together. That's a match made in heaven.
Oh, absolutely. Because here's the thing. They can both, I don't know if it's a comedy or a drama or whatever. They're both insanely funny and they're both phenomenal actors. Like when I found out he wasn't Russian, I was like, No fucking kidding. Because I'd never heard of him before Heated Rivalry.
Yeah, sure, of course.
He's really good. She is like, if you ever see her dramatic roles, you'll almost wonder why she does comedy so much. She's so good. I can't wait. I don't know what it's about, but I hope it's great.
It's going to be funny. It has to be a comedy, please.
I hope so.
Anywho.
Please. So get this. So we still don't know where Nancy Guthrie is, right? Apparently this week they found a hair at the property, which I don't know 100 days after someone goes missing how you find anything there and it's viable evidence. But here's this you're not going to believe this fucking story. Someone else in the same district goes missing and her name is Nancy. Okay. Within a day, they find this other person and the sheriff department that is investigating Nancy Guthrie's disappearance tweets, "We found Nancy." What in the Keystone motherfucking cops is happening in the state of Arizona? What on Cher's green earth is fucking happening out there?
They're idiots.
If I live in Tucson, I'm not paying taxes for the years 2025 and 2026 because I don't know what you're doing with it. I don't know what you're doing. I have a question for you. Go ahead. No, please.
No, it's just
do you need the box?
Because they're like, we'll get
Nancy,
more followers. If we say if we find Nancy, we'll have like more followers.
I can't.
My you know what I'm saying? Like they like did this on purpose. I do know what you're saying. To get engagement. I'm like, what the? Can you solve crimes, please? Not worry about your social media presence.
I have to pretend to be naive about it. My heart cannot handle if that was a deliberate choice. I mean it. Like I can't. The world is full of such shitty people. If I know that someone did that, if I find out, I'll go out there myself and they will go missing. Whew. Okay. Are Zoe Kravitz and Harry Styles engaged?
I just saw the pictures. And they're kissing and there's a ring on someone's finger.
By the time this podcast airs, maybe we'll be proven wrong, but she's wearing a ring on that finger. I mean, I don't know if I speak for you. I love this as a possible coupling. I love this.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I think they're perfect for each other. In other news,
they're
Olivia
both
Wilde
very
read the story and jumped off the Hollywood sign this afternoon.
No, truly.
She landed on her forehead, so everything was okay. Go ahead.
I mean, never. You know what I was thinking about the other day was like whenever Jason Sudeikis like laid down behind her car to like have her run him over or whatever that was. Remember that?
It was about the special dressing. It was like your favorite story.
The special dressing. Yeah, I loved it. I mean, I'm into it. Do I believe that it's a real couple? Sure. Do they believe that they're a real couple? Not sure, but I like it.
I don't know. They make sense.
Is anyone a real couple anymore?
What I like about them is that she grew up famous with a famous dad and he became famous when he was a kid. So they've sort of got that in common. I don't know. Maybe he's just doing it to get a cameo on Big Little Lies 3. I don't know. But I like them. They are FFP approved. If you guys are going to go the distance, you have our support. Do you know Patrick Muldoon? He was on Melrose Place and Days of Our Lives.
He was on Beverly Hills. Remember when it was Denise and Rinna?
Yes.
And they were both like, oh my God, Patrick Muldoon is coming. And we like basically dated him at the same time. Like LOL, haha, Denise and thing. I can't believe he died.
I know, 57. And he had a heart attack.
That's really sad.
So as someone who's not much younger than that, I, of course, personalized the information. And I was like, well, fuck, maybe I should just start.
Well, this is like whenever Dr. Pimple Popper had a stroke and you were like, well, I'm having a stroke. This is like, these are coming like back to back for you.
I'm trapped in between Pimple Popper and Patrick Muldoon. This is it's a bad week for people my age when it comes to health.
It's so sad. He was so hot.
You never know when it's going to happen.
Even on Beverly Hills, whenever they were like, oh, haha. And they're like, he's still so hot. Like, like, it was, that was only like a couple years ago.
Yes, just try to stay healthy. We don't know. I mean, he had a heart attack, period. I don't think there's any sort of suspicious activity. Yeah, but when it's your turn, it's your turn. Just try to stay as healthy as possible. Which reminds me, by the way, it was actually a few days ago, I quit smoking cigarettes 9 years ago.
Wow.
What should I do? Should I smoke a cigarette on the 10th anniversary? I can't. You know, if I smoke one cigarette, it would be absolutely over. I'd have to leave society.
Downhill.
I had quit smoking before that, and I was in Italy with my ex-husband. Did I ever tell you this story? And when I had quit smoking for 5 months, And then we were in Italy and we had a balcony in this hotel.
Literally every single person was smoking a cigarette also. Like you walked, it was just like cigarettes like falling from the sky.
Italy.
Yeah.
The pilot smokes while he's flying you to Italy. It's absolutely insane. My husband still smoked and he went to sleep for 3 hours. And when he woke up, I had smoked his entire pack of cigarettes. The ashtray looked like a blooming onion when he woke up. And he was like, what happened? I was like, I fell off the wagon. I threw it in the ocean, pulled it out of the ocean, took a shit on it, banged my head into it, and then threw it in the ocean again. I was like, fuck. Whew. Lil Wayne is in his feelings. And I actually feel really bad about this. Like, we'll make fun of anybody, but this man tweeted the following this week. It's a truly humbling experience when events like Coachella and the Grammys come around. And like clockwork, I'm uninvited and uninvolved. I appreciate my position or space that I hold in your heart and mind. If so, because you're the humbling experience that's timeless. And for that, I thank you. I ain't shit without you. And he's trying to like tribute his fans. Like, I don't have Coachella or the Grammys, but I have
ride
you.
For me. Yeah.
But instead, it's like, can someone give Lil Wayne a hug or a gig or something? I feel bad for the guy.
Lot of the I clicked on, I was looking at this story because it's like, oh, what did he say? I wanted to see what was up. And in all the comments, it was like, well, if he was ever on time for any concert that he's ever had, then like maybe we would feel bad. Like there was a lot of stuff that was like, you like don't ever show up whenever you get a gig. And so that's why you're like you're unreliable is basically what a lot of them said. Which again, that could all be bots that aren't real people, as I like to say all the time. But that's just what
there are no real people on your internet. It's just me and you.
Yeah. But that's what they said.
All right. I've never been to a Lil Wayne concert. If he had been even a minute late, I would have probably stormed out and had a different opinion of him today.
I mean, he ran the game for a long time. Like, you know what I mean? Like he had a chokehold on the music industry for the majority of my teenage years. And so, you know, to fall out of grace, like he had to really do something. You know what I mean? Like, because he did kind of go away and people were like, where is Lil Wayne? He could be fixed.
Maybe Drake will perform a duet with Lil Wayne again.
I hope not, actually, but maybe. It'll be their version of WAP. I don't know what it would be, but they could do that.
I mean, there's 11 jokes that are writing themselves, but sure. People are trying to
be called Birkin. It could be called Knee Pits. Like it could be called so many things.
Cat on a Hot Tin Roof is coming back to Broadway. There has not been a cast announced yet. It's a fantastic play. It is a hotly contested role. I've seen Kathleen Turner do it. I've seen Scarlett Johansson do it in revivals on Broadway. I don't know who's going to do this, but it's like Maggie the Cat is like one of Tennessee Williams' best roles, and I can't wait. And speaking of Broadway, I did see Cats, the Jellicle Ball this week. Run, Don't Walk, obviously. I mean, it's been off Broadway for some time and people have been giving the same review. I didn't expect to be as moved by it as I was, but I will tell you that they've retrofitted this. It's all the same music and lyrics and characters, but they have retrofitted this musical in a way that it's so beautiful and it's so fun and moving and it makes sense much more than the original musical ever did. It's as though the original Cats was a first draft and this is what it was supposed to be. Highly recommend you going to see it. You will laugh, you will cry, you will dance. Did you buy tickets? Did you see it downtown or no?
No, I didn't. I want to. We were supposed to go and then it got canceled because a lot of them got COVID. So I want to go see it.
2 more quick things before we go.
Yeah, we got to go.
White Lotus, as we know, will be shooting in the south of France for the next one. And they have revealed that the Cannes Film Festival will be part of the actual storyline. So they're filming at the Cannes Film Festival. They're filming White Lotus at the film festival in May. And that's what we'll see this fall. I love that. Is it going to be about show business? I mean, it has to be, obviously. I love that little tidbit. You seemed less than convinced.
I don't know. I'm nervous.
A little too meta for you?
Yeah.
I trust Mike White. Let's see what he comes up with.
Season 2 is just so good. And it's like, I don't know. Let's see.
Well, all of it. And all 3 of them were great. They're all great.
Yeah.
I think he treats it well enough. I bet he wouldn't air it if he thought it sucked compared to the other 3. He seems pretty, fingers crossed. Okay, the last thing today, Lori Loughlin, who's been fixed on this broadcast and who you know is Aunt Becky from Full House. Well, she is on the comeback trail. She appeared at an event last week with a makeover that can only be described as comeback cunt. She has gotten this hairdo, shorter version of the Connie Britton freshly fucked layered moment. She's giving you Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct. She's giving you I dumped my husband and I'm here. Give me work, give me love. I'm sorry for my past indiscretion. She, to me, is carrying herself like a different human being, and I'm going to forgive her. Dominick Pupa only, not our broadcast. I won't speak
Not
for
me.
Christopher. I'm welcoming Lori Loughlin back into the fold.
I'm not.
Based on her physical appearance. Is that shallow? Yes. Is this your first time listening to this podcast? If so, that's pretty regular around here. I want her to give an interview smoking a cigarette. Like, she looks so sultry now. I just want her to be like, did I pay for my daughter to get into UCLA? Of course I did. You know why? She's a fucking dummy. John Stamos,
Yeah.
of course I fucked him. What am I, blind? I want all of it. I want
She's
Diane
not doing
Sawyer's
that,
not
though,
going to cut
Dominic.
it.
She's not doing it. She's not doing that.
She'd be stupid not to. I need her and Sharon Stone going up for the same roles. She is a sex kitten now. So get in the litter box. Maybe not the litter box. That's where you poop. So don't go in there, but go, I don't know, go claw a couch or something. But welcome back, Lori Loughlin. Who are we fixing today, Christopher?
Mischa Barton.
We are fixing Mischa Barton. And who is our very esteemed expert guest on today's broadcast?
Podcast legend Ben Mandelker from Watch What Crappens.
This was very fun and very gay. And whenever three gay men get in a room and talk about someone like Mischa Barton, we talk about everything but Mischa Barton as well. There is a ton of Patreon content from this episode. So if you have not signed up for the Patreon yet, this is a good episode to get started because there's a big chunk of stuff on there. It was a lot of fun. Ben was a lot of fun. Coming up on the a la carte, everything from Zayn Malik health issues. The next Lord of the Ring cast is being revealed. Not Matt Bomer secretly recording songs with Diane Warren. I don't know.
She can't be stopped.
I don't know what to do with this information. Aubrey Plaza has a new cartoon coming out where Patty Lupone is playing a horse named Patty Lupone. Maybe the best news of the week. Hear about all of this and more on the a la carte if you have Patreon or Apple subscription. And we'll see you there after these vital messages.
Dominic.
Christopher?
Often on this podcast, I say we have a big one. And I don't know if we've ever had one as big as the only person I think that might be bigger is Amanda Knox to come on this podcast. And that person today is Ben Mandelker of Watch What Crappens. Thank you for being here.
Oh my God. Thank you for putting me in an Amanda Knox tier. I never thought that would happen.
I mean, if that's
legend.
That's your housewife tagline. That's your housewife tagline. I'm Ben, and I'm almost as big as Amanda Knox, if you ever make it. We're so happy you're here, Ben. Thank you so much for coming on our petite little podcast.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm really honestly very flattered by that because I really don't see myself as a big get.
Are you serious? Don't even say that. I'm passing by that comment because it's
Chris,
just not
the stars are just like
us.
They
Yeah,
really
for real.
are.
I'm like a Valpak. I'm just arriving in your mailbox. I am not. You don't have to do anything special to get me.
But so colorful, really. So colorful and
I offer so much.
I'm not even going to ask you to describe your podcast. Obviously, every single human being listening to this knows about Watch What Crappens. I've been listening for years. You guys are the funniest.
Thank you.
Something I don't think I just was putting together this morning when I was thinking about it. You used to make, this is before Watch What Crappens. This is before the internet is what it is now. You are the person that used to make the cartoon reunion parodies. Am I wrong about this?
No, I'm actually not that person. I don't know what happened to that person.
Why do I think that that's you?
Because I taught myself animation and I created a cartoon series called The Real Housewares of Kitchen Island.
And it was like Ramona but a fork. That's what conflating. That's what I'm conflating.
Well, we are here. The issue at hand today, Mischa Barton. We are here to fix her. So before we dive into her life story, let's play the middle name game. This is where we ask Christopher and our guest to guess the middle name of the person we're fixing. This week, it is Mischa Barton, before I give you her information, do either of you already know Mischa Barton's middle name?
I do not.
No. Good. I can't imagine why you would, but we just want to make sure. Here's what I can tell you about Mischa as you decide what her middle name might be. She was born January 24th, 1986 in Hammersmith, London, England. That means she's 40 and an Aquarius. What is Mischa Barton's middle name? I will tell you that Mischa M. Barton are her legal birth certificated first and last names. There are two middle names. One of them is so obviously a family name and no one will guess it. So we're going to go for the one that is a human and not a surname. And on the Dominick Pupa scale of gettability, gettable, toward the top. Gettable. Yeah.
Earlier, I was like, what would her middle name be? And that the name Nicole came to me immediately.
Wow.
And then my guess is Nicole, but what I think it is going to be is Elizabeth.
Elizabeth is a great one. I was about to say, if she's, she does have that British heritage. I just don't see Nicole being a British name. Are there any British people named Nicole?
It's Elizabeth. I know.
I don't know. I'm just laughing at Chris's face, Ben. I apologize. Like, the listeners don't get just see Chris covering his whole face with his hands.
Doing like my favorite.
Nicole.
The intensity with which we take this game is outlandish.
And it means nothing.
I love this game. I actually,
we do too.
Ben,
I think this is so fun because you have to think about the general context and the time and the place and like what fits. And like, with Mischa Barton, I feel like I seem to have a vague memory that her parents were artists or something like that. And that could be wrong. But my first instinct is to say like, it's something weird, like Plum Rose. But then I'm just going to lean in. Since you said it's very gettable, I'm going to try to go for something kind of Britishy. I think Elizabeth is great. I'm going to go for like an Anna. So Anna is my choice. I did think about Gemma, but that's really on the nose for the British stuff. So I'm going with Anna.
Well, it is Mischa Ann Marsden.
Wow.
That's a get.
That is a get. Wow.
I made it a little bit more British by making it Anna. But
no, but still, that counts. Wow.
Each time you both said British, I'm like, I wonder like how British they're going to get, because there are names that are more British than Anne or Anna, but you went right in there. That was
wow.
Great. I feel great about
you
this.
Should.
Now, I'm sorry, what was the other middle name again?
Marsden, which turned out to be like her dad's family name, like his middle name, and then it became her middle name.
Yeah, but Mischa Ann, why did I not think of that? Why did I think Nicole?
Anne is very British, also royalty.
Yeah.
I mean, we both went royalty.
Yeah.
And I'm like literally so happy that I.
No, you should. I'm happy for you. Anytime this happens, it's as if one of us won like the fucking Powerball, by the way.
Does it happen a lot?
No, it doesn't.
It's rare, but when it does happen, it's always a big moment.
Yeah.
Wow. That's exciting.
I really didn't even know until we started researching her 5 minutes before we recorded this podcast. I know that she was British. I swear to you. I thought because of Mischa, I thought that she was Russian or Eastern European, a la Mila Kunis. And I didn't.
Sure.
I'm glad that I did the research on her. Like, I'm reminded of how often Perez et al. Forced her into my life as someone who wasn't a regular consumer of her product or the OC, which I was just an occasional watcher of. And I hate to say this, and apologies for the non-veiled racism, but to me, she was part of this giant group of young white actresses in the aughts. She could have been Kate Beckinsale or Rachel Lee Cook, and I just needed a minute to refresh her name and her legacy and her, unfortunately, an unfortunate incident she had right before COVID, which we'll talk about in a minute, a public meltdown. Those were her markers for me.
She always had sort of that strange kind of sing-songy way of talking that did speak of someone who was maybe spent some formative years in Britain, but then came to America, and then her accent never quite stabilized itself. Sort of like the Osborne children a little bit, although they were a little bit more British sounding. But she sort of had some weird inflections. It was like she never quite knew which way to put her voice. And so this weird sort of sound would come out of her mouth all the time, So like it makes sense that she has like British time in her life. A true lady of London.
She is. You want to talk about a lady of London for real?
Could that be her fix?
Oh God,
should we just throw her on that show?
This is so
It sounds
bad.
like she might not be aggressive enough to be on that show.
I mean, no, she's not. No, she's not. Because she has too much to lose.
But she may just fit in better in London than she does in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's true. Because like after this, I mean, damn, after the OC, it's struggle bus. Now that I'm looking at her IMDb. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Let's start.
But she was a child, like fully a child actress, which I did not know. And when she was 8 years old, she starred in the off-Broadway premiere of a Tony Kushner play called Slobs, which I never knew that she was a child star or has had more conversations with Tony Kushner than I have, which is also something to be jealous of. But I'm like, are you kidding?
I knew one of the movies she was in, but I'm not going to say it because I'm sure it's going to come up in your biography. Like she was in a very big movie.
The thing that we see her in first, I feel like in a large audience, is she is the little girl that is being poisoned by her mother in a film that changed cinema forever. And that movie,
a big one,
is
a big one.
Sense.
Yes.
Like, I mean, one of the
vomiting in that tent or in bed or whatever it was.
That's her, like the little girl that's like sick and he sees her and he's scared and he runs away. And it's like really one of the first ghosts that he sees is her. And she's like the neighbor girl that's getting like Munchausen's by proxy, which when Lisa Rinna says that 90 million times in Beverly Hills, that's all that I thought of was The Sixth Sense. Am I right? No.
Fair,
is it just me?
She's not the first ghost that he sees.
Oh,
but if you think about it,
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the whole point of the movie. But like, and you're watching it, that's the first ghost that you think that he sees.
But that being said, did not expect Mischa Barton had such an auspicious start with Tony Kushner. I mean, she really was set up for success there.
I'm truly blessed. I see Tony Kushner. He lives in Provincetown, or he definitely has a house there. And I see him all the time and I'm always starstruck. He's one of 5 people I truly can't speak. I have been in front or behind him online at Joe's Coffee in Provincetown at least a dozen times. And I always want to say hello and I never do.
Like, I think this is your icebreaker.
Yeah.
So, Mischa Barton.
How was Mischa Barton when she was a child? Was she good?
You can say, I was doing research for my podcast and I discovered that Mischa Barton started in your play, Slobs. How was that for you?
He'll probably smack me and say, don't ever say that name around me again. How dare you? It'll be a total disaster.
She was also in a show that was on Nickelodeon when I was a kid called Kablam, which was it was a bunch of cartoons and animation and like stop motion animation show. And so she had a voice for like a whole year and 10 episodes. And like at the time for a kid show, it was a big deal. So and then she's in Notting Hill as a 12-year-old actress.
Yeah, that was a surprise to me as well. I don't remember who she was in that movie.
I don't remember her in Notting Hill. And Notting Hill, I mean, I feel like a huge movie as well, obviously.
I mean, it was
still a movie I watch on a plane all the time.
Yeah, I wonder what role she had in that. I haven't seen Notting Hill in years and years, so I don't even remember like children being in that.
Because it says Helix, 12-year-old actress, is her like her character. So I'm sure it's probably like a girl that's on set while they're like on set in the movie or something. I don't know.
Right. Well, that's very cool. Wow. That she got to be in a Julia Roberts movie.
It is. That is what she played. She played just a child actress in the movie that Julia Roberts' character was acting in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then just like a bunch of random stuff happens. And then the thing that really gets her going is the OC, which is, in my opinion, like formative to all of the reality television that we now have. Because like off of the OC, you then get Laguna Beach, which then like defines a generation, period.
And the OC begets Laguna Beach and then The Hills, etc. And I think you can make an argument that the Real Housewives of Orange County can draw a direct line from Laguna Beach and the OC, as well as Desperate Housewives, which was happening at the time. But I feel like the Orange County-ness of it, the fact that the network was like gave it a green light, among other reasons, was because it took place in Orange County and there was a lot of eyeballs on that region.
Like it's still a thing today. Do you know what I mean? Like think of how many what was the movie? Was it literally called Orange County?
Yes. With Jack Black?
With Jack Black. Like it was such a thing at this time where it was like the place to go. And it was also, I think, I was thinking about this, like, because the Laguna Beach reunion is coming out and all that stuff is happening and it's like all over the internet. I'm like, these kids in the OC and Laguna Beach, that was like the people that in theory we wanted to be when we went into a Hollister. and we went into an Abercrombie and Fitch. Am I wrong? But like, haha, but like, I'm being dead serious at the same time.
I know. I'm just laughing at that boy. I'm like, I'm that person.
Yes. Like, but like, that's like, they are that cool surfer kid. Like in the show, the OC, they were like, the main guy that like doesn't work, he should be on the fucking list because what does he do? Like, not Steven, but the guy in the OC.
Ben McKenzie?
Oh,
yeah.
well,
like, what does he do? Like,
he is actually writing, he's like a very strident anti-Bitcoin advocate.
Okay.
Because the Bitcoin farms are all these huge servers and they are bad for the environment and they make a lot of noise. So he wrote a whole book about it.
Okay.
And I believe that's what he's up to these days.
I mean, better than...
Also, Chris, back away from Benjamin McKenzie, if you would, because he was Commissioner Gordon in Gotham, which would make him untouchable.
We will be talking about Benjamin McKenzie, don't you worry.
No, Dominic loves Gotham. I always shit all over it, and Dominic loves Gotham. He loves
it's so good. And particularly Ben's work in there was absolutely... Wait, and what's the one where he then played a cop for many years on either TBS or USA or one of those.
Oh,
for
true.
On Southland. That was the name of that show.
Southland,
he was a cop for a long time.
All right, so he's working.
One of them.
No, but he is, okay, he's getting a paycheck. I'm thinking he like went away, but he just went to like CBS. You know,
he's been working.
Which is good. But do you know what I mean? He like went to
his
CBS.
own graveyard.
But like that, he's cashing that motherfucking check for like 35 fucking years and is good. Doesn't need to make a rap ever again because he has...
Get into those...
What is it? NCIS or whatever the fuck he's on.
NCIS LA is
Blue Bloods or whatever it is. Yeah.
I need now that Trevor Noah's gone, I need them to bring LL back to host the Grammys. I think he should host them forever, like Johnny Carson did with the Oscars. I think he should so we're reminded that he's around just in case he doesn't do anything else the rest of the year for LL.
Dominic, he might have to be on is he on the Invincibles list? He might have to go
I think he already is.
Yeah, I think I nominated him. Anyway. So Mischa Barton is on the OC. It is a humongous television show for people my age, 100%.
Yes.
And it's like they're teenagers. They live in Orange County. It's like high school. It's very 90210-esque-ish, but like for a new generation. It's like they're like going into parties and like, what are they going to do? And they're surfing all the time. And the theme song was that California, which was like, again, the songs that you played in Hollister and Abercrombie and Fitch. Like it was like the TV show that went with teenage fashion at the time that now all of these Gen Z and Gen Alpha kids are all wearing all that stuff. And it makes me want to put a bullet through my brain because it's so triggering.
And then it was like season 2, they started up with like kind of like their version of the Peach Pit. And so all these bands like the Shins and what was the one? Death Cab for Cutie would come and like sing. And you always have to sit there and watch them sing.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Love Death Cab for Cutie. And she
became
a humongous star. Huge show. It was on Fox, ? Right?
Fox. It was on Fox.
Was.
Thursday nights.
It was like their tentpole, one of them at that
Laguna
time.
Beach, like when Laguna Beach on MTV comes out, it's the tagline is the real Orange County. As in like, this is the reality show version of the OC. Whereas like Real Housewives of Orange County is the real version of Desperate Housewives. And so
you could say that Mischa Barton is somehow the Virgin Mary of the reality television religion, if you want, because she was right there and gave birth to it. She was the lead. Just like VM herself, this is the female lead that's taking it over. So
I love that for her.
I mean, then she became a superstar. And it goes from 2003 to 2006. And again, that's right in the spot where we get to Perez Hilton becoming a person on the internet.
Right. And she is, whenever we or they put together the Victims documentary from that era, she's absolutely in like at least the top 10 white females that it is a miracle he did not bring to the brink of death because she was very tortured, like very along with everyone else you're thinking of. She was definitely a main one.
Yeah, I mean, Perez Hilton is just so garbage. Like, I never could stand him or his site ever. So I didn't really go onto his site very often, but I did hear that, like, she was one of his big targets. MTV rebooted The Hills somewhere along the line.
I forgot that this happened. Oh my God. Okay, go.
I did too.
Now I remember the whole thing. Go ahead.
Flash forward to what was it, 2018 or 19?
Yeah.
MTV rebooted The Hills and they brought Mischa Barton on as a cast member. And in the season premiere of the reboot, she's at a party and Perez Hilton shows up at the party, and they have a whole scene where like he apologizes to her for making her life hell. And this is like the whole thing. She's like nervous about seeing Perez, but then they talk it out and everything. And I only watched one, maybe 2 episodes of that reboot because it was truly terrible.
It was horrible, I'm
but
sure.
Yeah, so
I'm sure it was.
Bad enough that I
didn't even
storyline.
Put eyes on it because I was like, this is going to be a literal piece of garbage. I mean, MTV. What is MTV anymore? Anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about the nerve that he had to do that? Like the nerve to even face her, by the way.
Yes, exactly.
Dear God.
Yeah.
The fact that that's really rough, that she's going on the hills.
It was a tough turn for her, you know? Yeah. And it was like a cheap version of The Hills because the original Hills was cinematic and it was pretending to be a docudrama. But this one was more like you had the talking heads, you know, they're talking to camera, talking about how they feel. It felt, and it was not filmed. It was like video. And so it just looked just like a cheap. Yeah,
it wasn't.
But the show was.
It's weird to watch it and go back and rewatch like Laguna Beach and The Hills and be like, oh, there's no interviews at all. Like this is like, you're just following them. And a lot of times you watch it now and you're like, oh, they just like cut a bunch of shots together and it made it look like it was like Lauren's like longing for Steven, but it's like really her just like looking across the room at like someone walking.
But that's what was so great about it is that like the viewer had to like kind of do the heavy lifting of what was going on. And I think we all loved that, which is why it was such a fail when they brought it back. And some executive said, well, it's a new fresh Hills and we got to stay with what's cool in 2018. So we got to put in talking heads. I'm like, no, like the spirit of the show is that like, you're kind of actually like one step removed from them and you're just kind of like trying to imagine
and
what's
it's kind
happening.
of a scripted and it is really a narrative show. I mean, scripted LOL, of course it was. You know what I mean? Like it is very like narrative. It's not watching these people operate in this like thing and see how they deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, that's what made it cinematic. I mean, that, you know, you were being told a story without being told the story, you know, which is what makes, you know, being a story producer on something like that much more difficult than now. No offense to story producers, but you're telling it through the narrative the way that you would do in a film.
Yeah. There was a certain amount of engagement that the audience had to do that I think got us really into it.
Yes.
But the irony of Mischa Barton coming back onto The Hills, the reboot of The Hills that was born out of Laguna Beach and Laguna Beach that was born out of the OC. I mean, it's all full circle. And that's actually why it was a good casting choice because it sort of felt authentic. You know, it was like the OC was never part of the Laguna Beach universe, but it felt like it kind of was. So it felt fine that she was there.
This is the thing that's hard though, when these actors think they can do reality and we don't know anything about their real life. That's the problem. They think they can, like Lisa Rinna counts because she's been doing she was on The Apprentice and then she was on Dancing with the Stars and then she was blah, blah, blah. Like she did the reality circuit in competition and then it made sense for her to go on to Beverly Hills. Like the average real celebrity can't do that because their normal life is so different from the characters that they play and they think they can do it and it's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't
work. Mischa Barton, she takes on the world. She puts the world on her shoulders. She just can't do it.
But she is one of those people that gets like the dicks drawn on her face on Perez Hilton. Like she is like up there with Paris and like Lindsay and Brittany. And she's definitely top 10, like you said, Dominic, of like victims of Perez.
She did get a DUI during that time as well, which ended up, you know, she was like DUI, marijuana possession. You know, you don't want to say the usual because you're not supposed to do that, obviously. But when you do it during that time, you're painted that way forever. And to be honest, I'd forgotten that anything had happened along those lines during like the Perez heyday. I did remember
they were all doing that. Like
well, that's what I mean. Like, I just forgot about it. You know,
low-rise
I remember
jeans.
Lindsay's, but I forgot about the
low-rise jeans.
But the low-rise jeans, DUIs, the like little lacy tank tops and the belly button rings and the wedge heels and the, you know what I mean? Like they were all, that was their whole thing. And they would go out to clubs in LA. That was like the time and they were all doing
was it.
You know,
Tara Reid is on the stamp for that country that you're describing. Right now. She's on the stamp and the money.
Yes, she definitely is.
Our girl.
The country of Ledoux. Yes.
Yeah, that video of her getting nagged at a club in Paris walking through, that's the Zapruder film as far as I'm concerned for this century. It's truly an unbelievable piece of video.
Also, Ben, how dare you bring up Ledoux? I would pay any amount of money to be able to just walk through Ledoux or Area, the other place that they always used to go to in the hills, like, which probably doesn't even, I'm sure they're like both condemned now. But Mischa, I mean, what happens after this? Like kind of nothing.
The profile's low. And we got to be honest, like after the OC, the profile's low. She's one of these people who worked but didn't work in a way that you're going to be like, oh, I remember that. And then in 2017, she had what was regarded as a public meltdown. She was caught on security footage, sort of babbling incoherently by a neighbor, and she was just wearing a shirt and a dress tie. It went viral pretty quickly because we hadn't heard from her in a long time. And then to see her in this position, you're like, oh, this is what happens when you don't become famous, et cetera, et cetera. She briefly became a poster child for what happens when the flame burns out. She explained it horribly and pretty quickly afterwards that she had been roofied, that someone had put GHB in her drink, I guess the night before at her birthday party. And this was the manifestation of that. I am sure that anyone who most people who remember the actual incident are hearing for the first time what her excuse was, because I didn't know what the excuse was until we started researching her this morning. To this day, because Al Gore's internet told me, I thought that she'd had a nervous breakdown because of the dissolution of her fame. I believed what I was told. Shame on me, actually.
Shame on you. Shame.
Because she was assaulted. I mean, given a drug that is assault. So that is terrible. But still, before and after that, it's still pretty low profile until, as Ben mentioned earlier, she pops up as herself on a poorly received reboot of The Hills.
Very poorly received. At least poorly received by me, I should say.
I mean, it didn't.
Clearly.
I don't even think
it goes by everyone else. Too.
I don't even think it it didn't even make a splash. Like it didn't, there was not one little teeny wave that even happened from it, right?
Well, I just looked it up and it came out in 2019. And so I think that was a tough time to make a splash because, the pandemic was right around the corner. It got a second season, but I can't imagine that it could really survive whatever production difficulties came with shooting the pandemic.
But also too, it was Spencer and Heidi were there again, right? Wasn't that the whole, even that didn't even bring us back to it. That's the sad part.
I know. Future mayor of Los Angeles, Spencer Pratt.
Future mayor of, for real though. We talk about it all the time. We're he's gonna win.
We mention it almost every week. I mean, sure, yes, as you should be. That's a contender right there.
Can't have this happen.
I mean, she's in, this is the thing, when I'm going on her IMDb and just looking at pictures, she's in this movie with Hayden Christensen in 2007 that I don't remember at all, but it looks like they put a lot of money into it. She did stuff afterwards. It just, none of it worked is the problem. I feel like being on the OC for so long is hard for her career.
Well, also when you're not a very good actress, that's also difficult for your acting career.
Slam.
Slam.
Let's be honest. Let's stop
That's
acting.
True. That's true.
She had credits, but I don't think I think she needed to spend some credits in an acting school, unfortunately. She was bless her heart. She was not a very good actress. I mean, all of her line readings were as wooden as can be. And I think that she's sort of wooden. And so for her, that seems like a very natural reading or what she said. It's oh, this is how you would say something. I was no, but that's how you would say something. So I think that she's just not a great actress, unfortunately, at least in the 2000s. Maybe she has improved her craft since then, and we all hope so. And I would also like to say I would fully welcome Mischa Barton back into the world of cinema. So I'm open to Mischa coming back. But let's be honest, she's not a great actress. She was to say that her film career never took off. It's well,
you're yeah, well, no shit, it didn't take off.
No.
I'm impressed that you vaulted her to cinema for the I'm
let's give her some
fully just putting her in a regional production of a dinner theater on Golden Pond with her in the Jane Fonda role. I don't even want her aged up to be Catherine.
That is kind of what cinema is these days anyway. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah. It is all regional theater of on Golden Pond.
If Disney said, guess what? We're doing our 436th Marvel movie and Mischa Barton is the villain. I'm I am there opening day.
100%.
Sure.
That's a sort of stunt casting I can get behind.
I don't think she could do that.
No.
I don't think she's got it in her. By the way, she is on tour now in the UK with a theatrical production of Double Indemnity. So she is still acting, and that is where she is currently. She probably has a performance tonight, but that's what she's doing.
It's probably happening right now as we speak, in fact.
Wouldn't that be insane?
Honestly. No, but really though. Wait, Ben, you met her before, right?
Yes, I met her. So the funny thing is there was a period of time in my life where my life overlapped with the OC very, not seriously, definitely not seriously, but there was real overlap. I moved to Los Angeles in 2001. And in that first year that I moved here, a family friend said, hey, my friend's kid just moved out here. You guys should be friends because you just both moved out here. That was Ben Schenken, who then became known as Ben McKenzie. And so for my first 2 years or so, Ben and I were friends out here in LA, and we would hang out all the time. And he would drive this old beat up red, like Oldsmobile or Cadillac. It was this crazy car. And, we weren't like super close, but we would like hang out like once or twice a month, we'd go out. And he at one point was like, yeah, I'm going in for this audition for something called the OC, and McG is producing it. Like, oh, cool.
Wow.
And then he got it. And I was like, oh my God, this is like amazing. Like, congratulations. It was like really exciting. And then that premiere, I remember the premiere dropped. And and then at that point, he ascended into the world of fame. And, there he went. That first year of the OC, we still hung out a little bit. It was like almost immediately I was kind of dropped as a friend. I'm not going to lie. And I will say I probably I think when you are new to fame, back then I was more upset about it. I think now as I'm older, I sort of understand things more. When you get pulled into the world of fame, a lot of things come at you in a lot of different directions. And I think you actually really question people's motivations and you don't know.
Agree.
And maybe he just got a vibe from me that maybe I was being opportunistic or whatever. And he just was clearing out, or he's just jumping into the new world of fame, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. But for that first year, I did still hang out with him, and I would hang out with him and Adam Brody, et cetera. And Ben had a birthday party at the Sky Bar. And so I went, and it was the whole cast was there. And it was so funny because the Sky Bar gave little bracelets to everyone in the cast that way they could drink for free. And everyone in the cast or anyone who was associated with the show. So McG was there. What's his face from Sugar Ray was there. Mark McGrath, because he's best friends with McG. He got a bracelet. Everyone got a bracelet except for me. I was the only one at this party that had to pay for his drinks.
Terrible.
Only one. And I remember Rachel Bilson was there. And I remember I was...
As two New Yorkers, I feel like this is Los Angeles for you. You know what I mean? Yep, you're the only person that didn't get a bracelet. I wonder why. You know what I mean? Yep. Anyway, so continue.
So I'm there, and I remember at one point, a bunch of us would do shots. It's Rachel Bilson and all these people. And then I just remember I was holding
She's
a glass.
in that group earlier of the white women I can't tell apart. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I just remember they all stacked their shot glasses. I was holding a stack of shot glasses because they're all doing shots. And I was just holding up this, anytime everyone was done with a shot glass, they just put it in my growing stack of shot glasses with my non-braceleted hand. And I remember Rachel Bilson was very lovely. She was very sweet. I mean, this was again 2002, 2003. It was, and this is only 3 or 4 episodes into the OC. This was it was really early on in its run. And after the party was done at Sky Bar, we all went over next door to the Standard Hotel. And the Standard Hotel at that time had this 24-hour diner, and the diner had these huge banquettes that were in the back. And so the first group of people took one big banquet, and then I wound up in another banquet. And I was wedged. I was sitting directly in between Mischa Barton and Samir Armstrong, who played Anna on the OC. Mm-hmm. And I just remember Mischa Barton trying to have conversation with Mischa Barton, and just not being able to find anything to talk about with her. Samir Armstrong was so lovely, so fun. So she was just the sweetest. She's an enormous Trumper now, but that's okay. She can do her thing.
Sure.
She is a huge Trumper, which is shocking. But Mischa, I remember just trying to talk with her, and she goes, "Oh, that's interesting." In that sing-songy Mischa Barton face. I just remember her looking at me who is this unfamous person that's not on our show that I'm stuck talking with?
Right next to me. Right.
Who is this person?
Who is this unbraceleted person? Yeah,
right.
Has this person been paying for their own
Who
drinks?
Who is this cash bar individual that I have to sit next to?
Who's cash bar over here?
Who is this human trash that I'm sitting next to?
I just remember the look she was giving me. I used to remember what I actually talked to her about. At this point, it's literally been over 20 years, so it's hard to remember. But I will always remember the look that she gave me. And she was not mean, but she was perplexed by me. And I could just sort of tell she didn't want to talk with me. And she's like, "Oh, how nice." And the funniest part about that was, so we were banquet number 2. And then after 10 or 15 minutes, Ben walked in with Josh Schwartz, I believe. But it was either Ben, and he sat down at a banquet. And literally everyone got up from the banquet that I was in and went and moved to Ben's banquet to the point where they were squeezing in like half a butt to sit on there. And I was just sitting there alone in this banquet. It was me and Rachel Bilson's publicists. And I was like, okay, so how's it going?
How old are you at this time?
I probably was about 24, 25.
This is a 24-year-old story. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is a story of being 24 in a big place. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, this was me 16 times with way less famous people. Do you know what I mean? Of like, oh, I don't belong here. And like, they don't want me to be here, but I'm here. And like, you know what I mean? It's but you always remember.
It was just so funny the way that they all all these people just like fell over Ben and were like, oh, I need to squeeze myself. Like it was cramped. I will always remember that. The only person who actually came back was Samara Armstrong, future Trumper. She came back because she felt bad for me. And so she came and sat back with me. And I actually always will remember that and always appreciated that about her. Like that was like a very nice impulse for her to be like, this poor man's been paying for drinks this entire night. Not famous. This is the most famous he'll ever be is being around us. Let me go talk with him.
Yeah.
It was very lovely of her to do that. But I will always remember that very strange wooden moment with Mischa Barton. That was the only time I ever met her. And that was one of the last times I ever hung out with Ben. I think we maybe hung out one more time after that. And then at that point, he was just onto the world of being famous. And I was onto the world of being not famous in our worlds.
But also separated. It's like you're his friend from outside of this. Like he should be trying to talk to you. You know,
I think that's what a normal person would do. That was not his priority back then. And so I think I'm more understanding about it now because again, I understand, I think when you're young and you're drawn into fame, it's just a lot. And again, I really acknowledge that I can be very annoying to some people. And so like maybe he was looking for that off ramp. He may have just been looking for that off ramp all these years. And he's like, finally, I think it's time to sunset Ben and move on to exciting other friendships.
Yeah.
With famous people. If I saw him now, I would love to see him just to say hi, but I'm not crossing any fingers for it. And for many years, I really felt very jilted by it. I was like, we were friends, and then he became famous, and then
dropped me like a bad habit.
Yeah. And I was so upset about it. But then I sort of am like, who cares? And I think that like as Watch for Crappens has gotten bigger and I'm doing fun, exciting things in my life, I just stopped caring. I think when you're sort of at that assistant level or you're trying to make it in Hollywood, trying to make it as a writer, trying to do big things, and then you have someone who was in your life and then became famous and dropped you, it feels rough. But then once you start getting your own success, you realize, who cares? You know?
And look at him now on CBS in a waste.
Look at him now writing books about
Bitcoin, whatever the fuck.
God bless. Well, he's married to Marina.
Oh, that's right. Baccarin. Yeah. Marina Baccarin. Yeah.
Baccarin.
What?
Who I once met on
a long time.
They
have a kid or two. Yeah.
I met her on an airplane once before she was like big, but she was like, she'd been in some stuff. And we were sitting in the same row and we talked, and she was just the loveliest thing, at least back 20 years ago on a JetBlue flight. So she's frozen. Nice. He's frozen in time as the guy who dumped me as a friend. And she's frozen in time as the lady who was so lovely to me on a JetBlue airplane. So there you go.
There you go.
I will tell you that I did not meet Ben McKenzie one time. In 2018, I went to a screening for the premiere of Gotham, the final season of Gotham. It was at SVA on 23rd. And there were going to be cast members there. And for like the week before, I was like joking, I'm going to get Commissioner Gordon to arrest me because I had a crush on the character and the actor and blah, blah, blah. Didn't really care about the OC at all when it was on, but fell fully in love with Gotham the moment it premiered. Still unsure why. It was a pretty good show. Anyway, the lights go down. They play the first episode. The seat on my right is empty. And I did feel that someone came and sat there 2 minutes after the first episode started. There was a brief pause. We check our phones. The guy next to me checks his phone as well. They play the second episode. And then they're like, let's bring the cast up on stage. And the lights go up. Fucking Ben was the guy that was seated right next to me for 2 hours. And I couldn't, the amount of stealth flash free photos I would have taken.
Thank God you didn't know, honestly. Thank God. Someone would have really arrested you in the thing. Yeah.
He would have been like, can someone revoke this man's free drink bracelet?
Seriously.
Yeah, right. Dominic would have been like, someone revoke my gag reflex. That's what Dominic would have said.
Now that I know what that Ben has done to our new friend, Ben, he's dead to me.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't get that mug on film. How dare you?
Well, Ben was also in that movie Junebug. That was like Amy Adams's big breakout role.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I didn't see it, but he also did that. That goes on to his credit.
Too hard to see it, right?
I mean, he needs fixing, but after what he's done to you, we're not. He goes on the unfixable.
How dare he? How dare he? Stop.
How dare he show his name on this
sort of friends with?
Yeah, like how dare he not be continue to be somewhat friends with an acquaintance that he had? Like,
how dare he cease the friendship that we would hang out once in a while?
Well, Christopher, remember Mischa Barton? We came here today to fix her, and I think that we should right now. We are at the arena. We're pulling up to the Fixie Arena, brought to you this week by Cheez-Its. Please eat anything in the universe of Cheez-Its. By the way, we have to talk about this on the future pod. There's a Cheez-It universe out there that it goes so much further and deeper than you think.
The double toasted.
There are grocery stores down south where you will find almost an entire one side of one whole aisle that is just variations of Cheez-Its. I'm new to this world and I will report back here at an appropriate time, but there's a lot going on. Anyway, the Fixie Arena this week, sponsored by Cheez-Its. Christopher, what is your fix for Mischa and Marsden Barton?
Ma'am.
I was like, what? I was like, my brain wasn't working.
Ma'am.
Mischa, Anne, Elizabeth, Nicole.
But the B is silent. Like
Marsden.
It's just ma'am.
Barton. Okay. Since Ben has said she's a terrible actress, which she is, I was going to be like, she's going to have a role and it's going to be great. But like, that's not, he's going to be like, no, she's not.
I don't know if she is.
Don't defend yourself. Just let it happen. You're
right.
Not
be you know what? The Olivier's are happening right now as we speak. So she may not be performing tonight. She may be in the audience. But I do actually sincerely think that, like, I'm sure she's taken acting classes.
You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to defend yourself. It's fine.
No, I'm actually saying I genuinely am like, I do think like it's time for her to get she should be on like the indie track. She should go maybe on the Neil Patrick Harris track, which was that Neil Patrick Harris appeared in Harold and Kumar and like it changed his image. And then he is the Neil Patrick Harris that we know today. She should take like well, yes, I am Mischa Barton kind of role.
Yes. But I feel like she did that on The Hills and it was terrible. So anyway.
No, because that was serious.
Yeah.
She needs to do one that like she should appear in a comedy.
No, you're right.
Or a commercial.
You're
Uber Eats commercial.
Right. Okay. Hold on. Now it's coming to me.
You need a minute for prayer. It's fine.
No, I'm prayed. Because of the Laguna Beach reunion is coming out right now and everyone's excited about it, including myself. I want more of these reunions because I think they're fun. I think they're generally like not that hard to produce. And I think I'm into it. I would love for there to be the OC reunion and like Adam Brody, like with that nobody wants this. He's now kind of like he's up in the conversation again and he's kind of out there and like seeing Ben McKenzie from CBS or wherever the hell he is, whatever he's doing, like you said. And then like having all of Rachel Bilson, like where's Rachel Bilson other than that Magnum like chocolate commercial that I saw one time? Nothing. But like I would love to see them again and have them come back and be like, this show was like a cultural touchstone for a generation, which it was. Never forget that it was like, remember the end of it was like the Imogen Heap song where it was like the people were getting shot and it was a thing. And then SNL did a parody of it and it was so funny.
It was his like long
died
lost
at the
brother.
end. Yeah.
There was a scene also where her car went tumbling down.
Yeah. Oh God, what a disaster.
Drunk driving.
What a disaster.
It was
But I want there to be a reunion of all of that show. And I want it to be in a series of reunions. Like I want a company to, like Roku could do this because it did it with Laguna Beach. It'd be like, we're doing all these reunions and it's just going to be like the OC. Then we do 90210. We do Seventh Heaven. We do One Tree Hill. We do all those kinds of shows but the first scripted one is the OC. And I'm not going to say that this has to happen, but you and Ronnie could host it. And I know I'm pandering to the judge, I know that I'm pandering to the judge, but
thank you.
You and Ronnie could host it and you could confront Ben McKenzie and not have to do it here. You could do it on
that would
be streaming television.
It's going to be just like the Jinx. It's going to have started out to be one thing and it's going to just end up to be Ben versus Ben.
Love it.
The original plot.
And Ben, we're going to ride that drama straight to the top is what we're going to do.
Yes, 100%. So you were saying a reunion.
They talk about the show. They talk about what it was like. I would love Mischa Barton to talk about how horrible it was to be in the tabloids all the time and like how she was ridden hard, you know what I mean? By all of the Perez's and all that stuff. Like all that kind of stuff. And then where they are now and blah, blah, blah. And like when they look back, what do they think? I would love that.
Yeah, I'm actually a little shocked that they haven't done that.
I know.
And I think I'm going to say the only reason why they haven't done that is because either Adam Brody wasn't available or was busy, or maybe Ben McKenzie was like, there's Bitcoins that need to be advocated against. And I have to do that. I'm just blaming the two of them.
And that's my pitch, Dominic.
The only thing I knew for sure was that I wasn't going to give her an acting role. And my fixes are typically like, I love to find like that perfect role a lot of times for someone who might be unsung. I think without even trying to slam her, I think we know her limitations. And I think she's sung. I don't think she's unsung. I think she has sang in that arena as much as she's going to. There's not somebody who's going to come along and she's going to exceed our expectations. But she is sort of emblematic of, you really don't think about it. This has happened to us before on this podcast where you forget how much someone meant to a period of time. And when we talk about them here is when we realize, oh, she's like a symbol for many things, not just like a generation, not just as the Shannon Doherty of her moment, of her generation, you know, as Shannon was for mine, but also the whole, like we mentioned earlier, she's a pretty tragic face of like the group of women that were targeted by not just Perez, but other gossip sites as well during
Star
that time.
Magazine.
Absolutely. Like it just became a feeding frenzy. So I think she's a good face to host something because she is a familiar face. What she needs is one project that will put her in front of the camera that a lot of people will see. And then Hollywood can come in and try to fix her. Like for me, the goal this time is just like putting her on a stool so people will be like, hi, I'm here. Because a lot of people will, when they listen to this podcast, this will be the first time they've thought about her in 10 or 15 years.
Wow.
So she can either host a documentary that is about, it could either be about reality television in general, like when that definitive documentary comes along that goes from Real World / Survivor up through the current day, like when the Ken Burns of it all comes together, she could be a host of it in the fun way that Pink is hosting the Tonys. Because it's like your initial thought is this doesn't make sense. And then you're just quiet for a minute and you're like, this actually makes perfect sense. Like, because we've already tied it up for you here on this podcast. So she could be sort of like, maybe it's not even the whole 8-episode series. Maybe it's just for her. Maybe she kicks it off. Maybe she's the Virgin Mary and is like, remember the OC, like all these things that were at the reality's origin story. It's either that or the definitive documentary on the abuse that her and her peers suffered through, which just is a little too dark for me. And I'm taking it back. I don't want a victim to be the one narrating that. And I think that I'm going to stick with her being the host of the eventual Ken Burns reality doc. And that is my pitch.
Ooh. So one is that she participates in an OC reunion.
Correct. Maybe hosted by you.
Potentially hosted by me, potentially with a confrontational segment.
I don't believe the actual, the bribing that's happening. This is live. We're recording this.
And then the other one is that there's like a Ken Burns documentary about the history of reality TV that she narrates.
Right. And by the way, listeners, Chris just whipped out a breast while he was talking to Ben to make sure you know what's happening.
I think I'm going to go with the Ken Burns documentary. And the reason why is because you're going to link her with something prestigious, which is Ken Burns. Yeah. And for her to do the reunion, it's just going to be a reminder of like
how sad she is.
Like she peaked 23 years ago. And
a reminder of why she's on this podcast. Right.
I mean, I think I went onto her Instagram right now and I'm looking at her. And she looks great. She looks like healthy and happy.
Sure.
Yeah. she actually, believe it or not, she would do very well on TV as she's now like, looks like she could do a mom role, you know? She could play the role she could be the Julie Cooper, you know?
Couldn't she be Ben McKenzie's wife on whatever show he's on? Do you know what I mean?
That would be a very
bring your boy into this again, but like, right? That's fun. That's what I should have pitched. But anyway,
I think that like her wooden performance would work really well as like a mom, right? Like I think that if she's like, well, don't forget you've got school tomorrow, it would like work in her voice. Whereas like as a teenager, it sounds weird. I think teenagers are much more emotional and they just sort of speak in different cadences. But as a mom who maybe is like unhappy in her life and now is just like doing the laundry for her kids, she suddenly is like her life has become more wooden. And so her readings may make more sense. So I would like that for her. But I think that like, yeah, I'm going to give her Ken Burns Association. And then I think I would like her to do is parlay that into some sort of her own version of Goop, maybe. Like where she could then start to be like, this is my lifestyle. I do watch a lot of Ken Burns, you know.
Ben, thank you for being here. Where can people find you?
Watch our Crappens, where we recap all these crazy Bravo shows and sometimes other shows as well. That's really on every podcast platform. You can find us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, everywhere.
You'll find it at the top of the charts also is where you'll find it.
Top of the chart. Please give me a follow because I am crazy thirsty for followers. Look, I mean, you guys saw the trauma I went through being dumped by a famous friend, and it's only right if we raise my profile, help me become internet famous.
Please follow him.
Giving me a follow.
Consider it an emotional GoFundMe. What's happening right now? Like you just need to do this for someone's mental health.
I'm at Ben Mandelker on Instagram and I'm on every like Threads, Twitter, Blue Sky. I'm everywhere. I'm Substack. I'm literally all over the place.
Dominick, where can people find you?
I can be found at Dominick Pupa on Instagram and also on YouTube under the same handle. Please follow me on both, especially on YouTube. My website's domterry.com. And there's also a TikTok for Fixing Famous People, and it's at Fixing Famous People Pod. Christopher, where can the listeners of this podcast find you on the world wide web?
You can find me at the Chris DeRosa. You can find the show at Fixing Famous People, and you can find the Patreon at patreon.com/Fixing Famous People. I wish you both well, and as always, where's Shelley? Goodbye.